Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Thursday, June 26, 2014. 3 weeks ago, we reported that international authorities were gathering in Sydney, Australia to compare data regarding the missing Malaysian 777 that disappeared on March 8th. Well, the report is finally out today. It's going to be released later this morning. 3 big things came from it. Number one, the search area has been moved to the south. In a new study that's been released now, the new area is about 1,100 miles west of Perth. It's about the size of Lake Huron, the second largest Great Lake in the United States and Canada, North America. The area is 58 miles wide, 400 miles long. It's going to take about a year to cover underwater. The second thing that was surmised as a result of the report is that since the 2 engines in the Boeing jetliner do not run out of gas at the same time because of separate fuel tanks, it's presumed that after the plane flew for 7 hours and 42 minutes and ran out of gas, that they cut off one at a time. This means that the plane would have spiraled for 4 minutes down into the ocean. The third thing that came out of the report is that the report suggests that the crew was probably deprived of oxygen and unresponsive in the final hours of the flight. They say that the fact that hypoxia has set in is the best explanation for the fact that the plane then dove into the ocean. Very interesting. Australia has spent $80 million already on the search. The search of the new search area is going to start next month. An explosion blamed on Islamic extremists rocked a shopping mall in the capital of Nigeria, Abuja, yesterday and killed at least 21 people. The blast came as people were preparing to watch the Nigerian team play Brazil in the World Cup. Body parts were scattered all over the mall, which was in an upscale area of the capital. General Motors says that an ignition switch linked to the recall of about 3.5 million cars was made in China. The top U.S. automaker said yesterday that the switch used in the Chevrolet Impala and Monte Carlo and Cadillac DeVille that were recalled on June 16th was made by China-based Dalian Alps Electronics Corporation. This is not the same switch that led to the record $35 million fine and the 13 deaths earlier this year. However, the switch problem is similar. No word yet on where the ignition switches for the recall that led to the $35 million fine were manufactured. Yemeni security officials say that al-Qaeda militants have attacked an airport in the country's south and bombed the airport's air control tower. Officials say that the coordinated attack at the Sayoun airport in the southern province of Hadramaut came from 3 different directions at once. Washington considers Yemen's al-Qaeda branch as the terror group's most dangerous offshoot. Metropolitan Manila in the Philippines was rocked by an earthquake of 5.7 magnitude early Wednesday. The quake struck off the coast of the main Philippine island of Luzon, about 250 miles from Manila. There were no immediate reports of casualties. There were also aftershocks of 4.0 or greater in surrounding areas. Qatar Insurance Company announced today that it had completed the takeover of Lloyd's syndicate Antares after receiving the necessary regulatory approvals. The acquisition was agreed to back in February when Qatar sold off rival bidders Nove and Antares, which is Lloyd's market peer, Antares market peer in London. The purchase price is believed to be around $300 million. This is the first time that a Middle Eastern company has made a major move into the resurging Lloyd's market. Munich Re has reportedly withdrawn its latest planned cat bond from the market because of a lack of investor interest. Munich Re was seeking retrocessional protection from U.S. hurricanes and Australian cyclones, and they apparently were disappointed by lack of investor interest in the price that they were seeking. This could be seen as something of a watershed moment for the rapidly growing insurance-linked securities market, proving that even investors have their limits and will not commit to what they perceive to be as a price too low. When I was in London last week, a number of people asked me why Americans are not as infatuated with soccer or football as they are. I surmised that one of the big reasons is that the American team has never advanced to the point where the hysteria that grips the rest of the world has infected the U.S. That may begin to change today at noon. The American team is playing the German team. If they win, they will move on to the second round in the World Cup. This will be almost an unprecedented thing. It would be the biggest match of our lives for a lot of us, said one of the U.S. players, Fabian Johnson. This means that they would reach the final round of 16. So if they do keep moving along, and if miracles happen and they ever got to the quarterfinals, or God forbid even to the finals, there would be an awful lot of interest in the United States. That could be the event that turns the tide. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.